Hello, everyone. This is RPS at home, and this is week 9, day 3. My name is Miss Electa Barr, and I am a teacher at Benford Middle School. So, to continue what we have been doing for this week, we are still working on SOL 6.9, working on congruency, and working on polygons, and you will still need paper and pencil. So, going over vocabulary again, we have been speaking about what a polygon is and speaking about what it means to be for a polygon to be congruent. And so today we're going to work on a little bit more about symmetry and working on with line segments. So remember, symmetry is when one shape becomes exactly like another when you can move it in some type of way, whether you turn it, flip it, or slide it. And then we can use symmetry with line segments, which is part of the line that connects with 2 points. And let's remember that the shortest distance between 2 points is a line, a straight line. So a line of symmetry divides a figure into 2 congruent parts. Remember, congruent means the same size and same shape, which each of which is the mirror image of each other, okay? So lines of symmetry are not limited to horizontal or vertical lines. So what we're going to do is an example. So here we have a 3-sided shape, a triangle. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our lines of symmetry to divide this figure into 2 congruent parts. So now that we have our triangle, we have taken a line segment and divided it evenly to create 2 congruent parts. We want to remember that the number of lines of symmetry of a regular polygon is equal to the number of sides of a polygon. So what that means is we have a 3-sided shape. So if I have a 3-sided shape that is a regular polygon, and I know that all sides of my polygon are congruent, then that means that I will also have 3 lines of symmetry that are also going to make my 3-sided shape congruent. So let's try another example. Same thing. The number of lines of symmetry of a regular polygon is equal to the number of sides on the polygon. So here we have a 5-sided shape. And let's remember, a 5-sided shape is considered a pentagon. All sides of this regular polygon are congruent. So then what we want to ask is the question, how many lines of symmetry can you make with this figure? If we know that it is a 5-sided shape and we know that it's a pentagon, let's figure it out. So here is our first line segment. That is going to cut our 2 pieces, part A and part B, in half. That's dividing them into 2 congruent parts. We can see that these 2 shapes are congruent. They're just flipped of each other. They're vertical. I'm sorry, not vertical. They are flipped of each other. So we also see that shape A is congruent to shape B. So to answer our question, how many lines of symmetry can you make with this figure? We have our first one, our first line segment, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I can make 5 lines of symmetry with my 5-sided pentagon. All right, so before we continue, I want you to take a moment to stop. I want you to click on the link on this video. It is going to go a little bit more in depth of what it means to have lines of symmetry and divide a regular polygon into congruent parts, equal congruent parts. And then once you check out that video, you can come back and we will keep moving with our lesson. All right, so before we close for today's lesson, as always, I want to give you guys some assignments to work on. For the first one, you're going to create lines of symmetry, kind of like what we've done today and also in that video. You are going to look at the different shapes and you are going to create equal congruent lines of symmetry. So you are going to have to really try to make sure that you have an equal amount on each side of your shape. And then, as always, check out Dreambox for additional practice. All right, students, I will see you for our next video.